Once again, I'm out there making another great day, and today I'm back in Tampa. Finally, back in Tampa. It's a hot day outside. Being a hot day, I figured I'd go to a hot place. And I'm talking about the Tampa Firefighters Museum, which is an absolutely free museum right here in downtown Tampa. Found out about this place. I've been to the Tampa Police Museum, which is also free, which is not too far from here. But we're going to go check out the Tampa Firefighters Museum, and I hear this building used to be the firehouse way back. We're going to talk to one of the employees, hopefully, and find out a little bit about that briefly, and then look around, and that's coming at you right now. Well, I am just outside of the Tampa Firefighters Museum, and they have a big mural on the side of the back of their building here with a big flag, and that is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Here is the outside of the Tampa Firefighters Museum, and ironically, this is the old fire station, now a museum, and directly across the street is the brand new Tampa Fire Department's station. One of their stations. There's 21 firefighting stations here in Tampa. Well, I'm just inside of the Tampa Firefighters Museum, and this is looking pretty cool. Free museum. They do like donations, but we're going to go in and look around. They even have a toy fire truck here on display as you walk into the Tampa Firefighters Museum. Well, I am just inside of the Tampa Firefighters Museum. It's an absolutely free museum to come and check out. I have a lot of stuff here on the first floor, and you can rent this place out for birthday parties and events. Just check their website out. We're going to go look around. They're getting ready to have a birthday party. We're not going to interfere with that. We're going to go check out some of the exhibits here at this Tampa Firefighters Museum.
So yes, the building is over 100 years old. It used to be headquarters for all of Tampa for the fire department, which is now called Tampa Fire Rescue, which was established in 1895. The building was built in 1911 and was headquarters for Tampa until 1974. Then we moved across the street to Station 1, which is currently headquarters for all of Tampa. And then we became the museum in 1995, and since then we've maintained the museum as a non-for-profit organization.
Here is a firefighter coming down the pole. He's headed for a hot fire, I'm sure. This looks like brand new shoes he's got on there too. Those won't stay clean long. What else would you find in a firefighter's museum but a bunch of fire plugs, fire hydrants, all kinds of different fire hydrants here, and you got to have a fire hydrant to get to the water, or either you have to bring the water to the fire, I guess, if you don't have one of these babies. I've just noticed here's one of those big things that they have when you have a jumper going to jump out of the window. In this case, it's probably somebody in a burning building, and they're going to have them jump onto this out of that window to safety. And they have this here on display. They also have a beautiful memorial here for the September 11th, 9/11 tragedy in New York City. And they have a little memorial set up for that, for the fallen firefighters lost in the September 11th attacks. And that's a pretty cool thing that they have here. They even have a gigantic large postage stamp here for Heroes for Firefighters that was issued in 2001. That is a big stamp. It would be a big envelope, probably. This right here, they call it a bunker closet. The crew would hang bunker gear in this closet when they're off duty, and gear for the crews on duty would be stored in readiness in this apparatus. It's like a little closet. They're ready for anything. These here are called hand hose carts. So way back in the day, they had to cart the hose for the truck, and they come on these big carts, and they have 3 of them here. This is the large one out here on display. This here is called a hose rack. It's used to drain the water from the fire hoses, and they have a replica here on display to kind of show you where they kind of lay out the old hoses there to get the water out. They have a lot of log books here and stuff here from Tampa Fire Department, and an old sign for the 3rd annual Fireman's Ball back in 1960. That's a long time ago. A lot of handwritten journals and things here of way back. As you can tell, you can have your birthday party here or special event, and this food does look tempting. I'm not part of the party, but it's getting me ready for lunch. Big old fire engines in here, all kinds of stuff to look at. This particular fire truck is from 1949. It's called Little Mac, and they paid $13,884 for this Mac fire engine, and it was in service until 1974. This here I'm looking at is called a watch booth from the 1940s. I guess they sat around and waited for that all-important call in a room like this. Get the old phone over there too. Can't go inside of here. I wanted to go and look up close at that magazine over there, Old Life magazine, the old telephone. But you can't go in this room. Not sure what year this one is, but this one looks even older than the Little Mac fire engine from 1949. Just notice this, that the roping that's roping off this fire truck, they have used fire extinguishers for that chain so you can't get behind and over into that. And it says right down here, there is a memorial room. We're gonna go check out the memorial room. And it's the H.J. Bowen Jr. Trust Memorial Room, and a little memorial to the fallen firefighters here in Tampa. This here is very nice. It says, "Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the judgment that something else is more important than fear." Little quote there. And they got a bunch of names on plaques. They have some videos playing back here. I guess some hazmat type training. I used to do videos some kind of like this when I worked for the oil company. And this is what I call the cones of silence. We used to have these at the TV station I worked at in Orlando. I called them the cones of silence from the old Get Smart show. Well, they said I could go upstairs. I'm going to go investigate and find out what is upstairs in this building. And this used to be the fire station. It's now a museum. Well, this is the upstairs, more of a banquet hall meeting type area. And they said they were setting up this evening for an event upstairs here. You can rent out this facility for your private event and come here and have a good time. What a great little place. This is an absolutely big display here of the equipment. Everything from lightning over voltage protection panels to battery charging panels to wires, repeaters, gong, and tape. Don't know too much about this, but kind of interesting. An old photo here of the old room where they received the call way back. It was back in the 40s there. Oh no, it says 1961, and it's where they received the call. And today, it's that 911 operator that gets that call. They have plenty of ladders and pitchforks and helmets and all kinds of different. There's a bayonet nozzle. That looks quite interesting. There's a straight steam nozzle. Some equipment they probably don't use nowadays. And the old axe. See that in a lot of horror films, the old axe. They even have a little display here of the current Tampa firefighters with photos of those crews as well. A big sign here that says alarm, so don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed. They're just gonna show you. They have a little display here to show you what do these trucks do. There's different types of trucks, and they have that kind of displayed here. This here vehicle, it says I am the Chief 1 command vehicle, and this one here is the rescue car. And this one here that looks like that is called a vent truck. And this one right here is a heavy rescue truck. And this one here is the engine pumper. And this is the aerial truck. So there's several different types of fire trucks. Pretty cool, huh? They have a little display back here with a little kitchen of safeguards and how to be safe in the kitchen. And the sign here says smell gas. Only smell gas when I eat beans, you know, like baked beans and stuff like that. It says here you can get circuit overload, and we're talking about squid, everything plugged into one outlet. And as you can tell, right now it's okay, but you can't overload one of them suckers and cause a big fire. You don't want to do that. They have a big display here on the floor that shows all the different fire stations here in Tampa. It's like they have 21 different fire locations, and it says, "Where is my fire station?" And you can find your neighborhood on the map and find the fire station number closest to you. 21 fire stations located in just Tampa. Over here they have those old fire boxes, and I've showed these before. They would have these out on the street somewhere, and you would break that glass, open it, pull the handle down, and let it go. And that's how you would call for a fire. And they'd have these locations. They had these all over the city, these fire alarm boxes. You don't see that today, these type of units. Even the fire museum here, Tampa Fire Museum, has its own fire alarm system here on their poles. This one's probably operational. They have a few mannequins out here with the gear used. This is from 2000 and a little bit more modern here in this display case of the type of gear that Tampa firefighters use nowadays. And here for you to look at. And as you can see, somebody's gearing up for a birthday party. It's going to be a hot party for sure here at the Tampa Fire Museum. Here is an older type uniform here in this display case of a fireman with an axe. He looks like he's ready to go right through that door and rescue somebody. Here's an early pose of the Tampa firefighters under a palm tree from 1906. Have a very large image here from 1943. The Logan Brothers Construction Company fire. Wasn't around then, so I don't know about that event, but I'm sure a construction company on fire would not be good. As soon as you walk into the Tampa Firefighters Museum, they have a museum store with all kinds of merchandise, from shirts that you can purchase right here. And as you came into the Firefighters Museum, they have a fireman's bucket to hold your all-important umbrellas to take that you dropped off when you came in, when you leave, because you never know, it may be raining outside. It is Florida. Well, this was fun to look around here at the Tampa Firefighters Museum here in downtown Tampa, and been here a long time. The building is very old. It used to be a firehouse here in Tampa, and they only have 2 employees. They do have a gift shop with a lot of merchandise, a lot of hats. And there was even some firefighters that was in there. They in and out occasionally. I've seen some of those guys. They liked my microphone on my camera. Check out the link in the description. They do rent this out for birthday parties and special events. So if you want to need a place, a location to come and have an event, have a get-together, a party, this would be a good place to do it. Kind of an intimate little spot. And it would be a hot time for sure. Absolutely. It's hot outside, and maybe I might go to Firehouse Subs. I don't know. After going here, I'm getting hungry. But gonna keep going, finding these places and making it a great day the best way you know how. Keep going out there, making it a great day, because you deserve it.